Most of the time, the problem is not English. It is your brain. In fact, it is less about talent and more about how well you can train your brain. So if you've been struggling to speak fluent English, if you know grammar, your vocabulary is also just fine, but still English is not coming out of your mouth, we need to train that brain. So let's hop on and promise me you're going to watch this video till the end so you understand the entire process to do it well. Hello, my name is Tanu Sardana. Welcome to Planet Spark. We teach students everything about public speaking and English. So do check out our website if you're struggling with confidence. Now coming back to the actual video, I am going to give you 4 ways to train your brain. So number 1, the most important thing is to have a growth mindset. Why do you keep saying to yourself, I will never be able to speak English like my favorite cricketer. I struggle with grammar so much, I can never speak in front of people. You know what you're doing? This is what you call a fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset, you are sending a message to your brain that this is who you are and this is how you will be. You won't change. This will never bring the change you are looking for. And that is exactly the reason we need to create a growth mindset. Change how we think. When we face a problem while speaking, we should quickly remind ourselves that mistakes are normal and it is a part of my growth. When you think of, I struggle with grammar, tell yourself, I need to learn more strategies to get better at it. Again, I'm not saying negative thinking is totally bad because this is how we analyze areas of improvement, right? But that negative thought should not create a negative impact on our growth. So instead of saying, I'm not good at this, try saying, I'm not good at this yet. So in short, a growth mindset is built when you choose learning over fear every single day. Number 2. Make specific goals. Okay, now I'm going to give you a secret strategy that I follow. I have made a goal to learn English in 30 days. I will speak English to all my friends and teachers for 1 whole week. And 100% you will fail in keeping up with these goals. So it's time you take my strategy. SMART technique. Now what does this mean, Tanu? So S stands for specific, M is your measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, and T is time bound. Let me explain. So this technique will help you make very specific goals. Like my learning journey in English is very different from yours, right? And the same strategy and goals that I will set for myself might not work for you. So if you try to keep up with the goals of an advanced level practitioner, learner, there is a possibility that you might fail. And when the brain experiences disappointment, the excitement, the passion, the urge to learn something new usually dies. So that is why I'm saying just use my technique but set your own goals. Set your specific goals according to your capability and potential. Goals that are measurable, where you can see your improvement. Goals that are very realistic, not delusional, okay? And also time bound. Don't keep it vague. Set a timeline, a deadline, a realistic one. For example, for the next 3 weeks, I will learn 5 new phrases. That's a good goal for a beginner. Next is the 2-minute rule. Now this one actually works. Now imagine if you tell yourself, I am going to practice English for 30 minutes every day. Obviously out of excitement. Now your brain immediately feels heavy and starts resisting the idea. It feels like too much of an effort and slowly you begin to avoid it. But that's exactly where the 2-minute rule works very differently. When you tell yourself, I'll just speak or think in English for 2 minutes. Now you're sending a signal to the brain, it feels easy and doable. So your brain does not push back. And once you start, those 2 minutes often turn into more. So over time, this small, consistent practice trains your brain to get comfortable with this language English, helping you think and speak naturally without feeling overwhelmed. And this is exactly what we're planning to do. So the point is pretty simple. I make slow, small and consistent progress rather than big delusional efforts. Don't do that. So let me explain this. I also teach yoga to my students. So if someone is new to yoga, I don't tell them to do headstand or handstand on day 1. They will never come back to my class. But if I guide them with enough motivation and a planned realistic routine, they will come back for more because they really like the class, they really like the practice. This is exactly how our brain also works with English. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much of English. Go easy on yourself. If you have to watch a podcast to learn English, start small, maybe 2 minutes. There's no need to watch the entire podcast and understand zero, nothing. You can give yourself targets like reading 1 page of a book every day or a particular section of a newspaper daily. That is the way to go. Now coming to the last point, which is most underrated, no one talks about, is exercise. The brain is such a powerful machine and it needs exercise too. See, I'm not going to get into the scientific or technical side of it, but when the body is in control, the mind follows. If you like to walk, go for it. If you like to hit the gym, do it regularly. I do yoga to feel good and better. Meditate every day. Stay away from your phone at least for some time. Sit with yourself and let your thoughts come by. You should be able to sit with your own thoughts, your own brain, and not be disturbed by them. And just to make my point very clear and credible, so many studies have proven that meditation helps your brain rest, rejuvenate, and even grow. So start slow if you're not used to it, but if you really want to make a change, you should not just watch this video. You should start working on the tips that I gave you right away. So well, that's it. Enough brain hacking tips from my side. Now you tell me in the comments if you're going to work on it and start your efforts journey of not just learning English, but also speaking it fluently. So I'm Tanu Sardana signing off for now. I shall see you in the next one. Till then, like I always say, keep learning.